somebody commented on one of the things. He goes, I watched the full broadcast and then I listened to you guys just to laugh at how wrong you always are. And I was like, I don't know who you're insulting, bro. Who are you insulting? That's
joke's on
exactly why we
you.
exist.
The joke's on you.
Hey, we're back. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. After 2 weeks of F1 happening around us, without us, which for the record, I found deeply uncomfortable, it is time. Canada, Montreal. I should have practiced this before I get scorned by Ev. Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Did I get it?
No.
That's
What
a
are you
good
doing?
effort.
Don't encourage
That's
him.
good.
Oh, it's not
What's wrong? Say it then. How do you say it? I bet you he fucks it up.
No.
No.
Oh.
Well, round 5 of the 26th F1 World
Circuit
Championship.
Gilles.
And the reason I'm genuinely excited, and I want you to feel this, is that we are not just previewing a race tonight. We are previewing the beginning of what might be the best 2 months on the F1 calendar. Gents, Canada, Monaco, Barcelona, Austria, Silverstone, Spa, Hungary. What's that? 7 rounds across like 8 frantic weeks. Bearing in mind, boys, we haven't even had 7 rounds in 3 fucking months of this season. We've got 7 circuits, and between them, they've produced more chaos, more monsoons, more safety cars, more memorable moments, and more champions absolutely losing their minds than anywhere else on the calendar. So we are entering something. I'm Ollie. Welcome back to Idiots of F1. Joining me tonight, Ev, Tay and Digby, the full fucking house. Not the Bob Saget type, gents. Say hello to your loyal listeners, please. And if you can, a quick snapshot of what the fuck you've been doing over the last fortnight, aside from jacking off your little weenies. Tay, what do you got for me? You sound shocked.
No,
How
it's just
did
like,
you know,
how did
Ollie?
you know?
How did he know? I haven't even finished.
77% of this group are circumcised. I just want you to know that.
Nice.
Right. You good?
Yeah,
Obviously.
all good. All good.
Diggs, welcome back.
Thank you.
2 episodes in a row with you. Back to back, mate. Let's go.
So I'm currently waiting on my album mixes to be finished. We got the first round of mixes.
We were plugging
All
ourselves.
sound great. He asked me what I was doing, mate. That's my job. But yeah, so that's just been doing that.
Smash
And
the
then
drapes, mate.
finishing that up tomorrow.
Ev, you good?
I'm doing better. I'm doing better now that the idiots are back.
Oh, let's
There
go.
we go.
That's the welcome you want. That's the love. I can feel the love
I
pulsating.
pull the party
if not
line.
yours.
That's fine.
All right. Well, we're all
Party
present. We're
line.
all accounted for. So the shape of tonight. So preview episode. No race last weekend, as you would all know. Just 2 weeks of Formula One firing off in every direction while we weren't there, all of which we will absolutely get into this evening. We got grid walk and trash talk up first. Everything you need to know about Canada, the circuit, what happened the last time out here in 2025, which had some things worth probably rehashing, I would have thought. Team updates that matter going into this weekend, and our wild predictions on the record, publicly and subject to full ridicule next episode. Evan has, it says to me that Tay is
Yeah,
racist,
I was
because
just gonna
Evan has
say.
fucking put
Oh, I did
his
do
name
that.
in as Tay again. Yeah.
No, this is as a sidebar. So put a note in this. I'm marking the clip. I just realized you can put I can put all of your screens in. I can move you around the screen.
This can wait till after the podcast.
But
surely.
it'd be funnier if I'm like looking over my shoulder at Digby.
Not like
Well,
the
that's
Brady
Brady
Like, we
Bunch
all know
intro.
that Digby's in the bottom right corner, and we all know that Ollie's in
Oh,
the
so
top
you
left.
know where to look.
And you're like,
Right.
what is this guy
Yeah,
talking
that-
about?
like
Yeah.
sports shouting.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Well, after that fucking useless distraction, we will have Harshu paying attention.
Banging attention.
8
Has he been
questions,
banging?
4 on the Canadian Grand Prix, 4 on Montreal, and Canada as a place. Nobody, I'm sure, here has been revising. I would gently suggest that that's not going to change the outcome. And we'll
No.
obviously close with what's Verstappen. And so our key headlines for the last 2 weeks, none of them involve the car going fast around a racetrack, but all of them involve F1 being somehow completely incapable of being boring, even when it isn't racing. But first, as always, we have our idiot icebreakers. Digby, I am starting with you. So you'll be aware, because you are a man with opinions about everything, that Montreal is one of the only races on the calendar where F1 drivers suddenly decide they're in a 2004 indie film. So I'm talking coffee shops, jazz bars, tiny sunglasses, cigarettes they definitely don't inhale. Every year, the entire paddock arrives in Canada and collectively decides it's vibes first Monaco. Now, The Canadian Grand Prix Tourism Board has come to us, specifically, actually, you. They want to make the weekend even more aggressively, unmistakably, inescapably Canadian. What are you adding trackside that absolutely nobody asked for? Give us
Well, I think we go with
Furnace
the whole
and the fundamentals.
Rocky Mountain. You wait your turn, Ev. If you don't have a better answer for your one.
Shut your motherfucking mouth.
So I was thinking leaning into like the Canadian Rocky camping vibe, I don't know, like what the Outback Man is called in Canada.
The Rocky, what do they call them? Those cops, the Mounties?
No, not the cops. I just mean
The
like a guy
Mounties.
living out.
The
Like your
Mounties.
Ron Swanson types. Anyway, you put axe throwing next to the track. And if you want to make it really dangerous, do it across
Libertarians.
the track. So you can only throw the axe while cars are going by.
That is
And you
so
have two
random.
targets. You have two targets. One is the face of Lance Stroll, and the other one is the face of Ryan Reynolds. And you get to pick whose face you get to fucking throw an axe through.
I
And
can't
you
tell them,
what.
I can't tell them apart.
I was going to
I
say
couldn't tell them
that
apart.
is some decision for
They're
Ev.
identical.
Is which one does he want to throw the axe at more? Okay, very good. You've just taken F1 and turned it into some sort of bloodshot
sport.
fucking murder room. Yeah, there you go. Tay, actually, good segue from you, Diggs, by mentioning Lance Stroll. He's probably going to get more mentions tonight than he has in probably our last season.
He's finally relevant.
Or from his father
That's
for
right.
his entire life.
So, Tay, Lance Stroll arrives at his home Grand Prix every single year, carrying the expectations of an entire nation, despite most of that nation politely pretending they don't actually have any. Actually, they probably pretend they don't think or know he's Canadian. This year, Aston Martin have decided the energy needs to change. They want Lance to have the most intimidating, most unhinged, and completely over-the-top home race entrance possible before lights out. So think full WWE, budget unlimited. What happens?
I love how you give me the WWE treatment. And
Oh, yeah.
Diggers
Well,
is
yeah, I
there
could have gone to
being
Digby for it.
Yeah. Why did you?
Is that Macho
I
Man?
felt like you just rubbed a nipple there, Diggers.
No, that's Macho Man.
Lance is going to be brought out on 4 Mounties. Literally 4 Mounties.
Well, all on all fours. All four of them are on all
Yeah,
fours.
yeah.
And he's got to lead.
Yeah.
No. He's at the front of
Full-
a human centipede.
Canadian centipede.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
I believe they call it a poutine.
That's good from you. I mean, it worries me
Ah.
that you're talking about 4 men on all fours after the preceding conversation that opened the non-recorded part of this episode.
Yeah,
but,
I know, right?
Yeah, a bit worried about you at the moment. Anything else you wanted to add? Any other cream on the crop? Or that was, you
Well,
just want everyone to visualize that?
While also having Celine Dion
God.
live singing, what's the fucking Titanic
will
song?
always
My
love
heart
you.
will go on. Fucking hell. What's the fucking Titanic song?
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Because she is Canadian. Well done. Okay, good from
Yeah.
you. Okay, Ev. Montreal has a habit. Safety cars, rain at exactly the wrong moment, groundhogs wandering onto the circuit during a formation lap, world champions binning it into a wall that has their name on it. Liberty Media have looked at this track record and concluded that chaos is now an official entertainment strategy. They want to
Pronounced
guarantee it
le
going
chaos?
forward. They've asked you, specifically you, Evan, shame
Yeah.
on them, to secretly add one completely unnecessary variable to every Canadian Grand Prix moving forward, something that does not currently exist. What are you introducing? Don't say strippers.
Well, they're on strike. But,
So they would show up anyway.
No one will show up. I would either want like old school Le Mans style starts where they've got to
when
run
they run to it.
to the car.
Yes.
But like the irony would be the guys have to like run, jump in the car, and then it takes like 70 minutes
to start the
to
car.
start to do all of the protocols that kind like it takes like an hour and a half to just get the car's got to warm up. Otherwise, I've always thought it'd be funny because they don't race anymore with the wet tires. If it's wet enough for wet tires, the race gets called off anyway.
What do you mean?
What?
Since
Yeah.
when?
For like 5 years or so.
You mean they won't start a race on wet tyres?
No, they just if it requires wet tires, the race gets called off.
I don't believe that. Surely we've seen,
No,
surely
because
we've
it kicks
seen
up,
drivers out there on wet tyres.
but it kicks up too much spray, and so there's not enough visibility.
Well, what we saw, there was only like I know we're getting distracted here, but I swear last year there was a shitload of races and they kept talking about the rooster tails.
Yeah. Yeah, but that would be behind a safety car.
Oh,
as
I've
opposed to they
misunderstood
used
you.
to race
Oh,
with wet tires.
Okay,
But now that
sorry.
those rooster tails that you're talking about are so great that it blocks all of the vision.
Right.
So they
that
can't
was half
do it
the
anymore.
issue in Japan with Gasly when the track
Yeah.
was out on the road.
So you're saying the safety car won't go in and racing won't continue on wet tires?
No, they might go on wet tires behind the safety car
Yeah.
if they think that they can. If the rain's only going to be there
Disperse.
for like 5 minutes or something, they'll just go around behind the safety car.
To get rid of the
And-
water off the
Yeah,
track.
get rid of the water, and then. But that's never actually happened. It's always been.
Are you hand on heart absolutely sure
I
that
know,
they
now I'm gonna-
never race on wet
we
tires
look like
anymore?
I'm
Such
100%
I know.
sure.
Do you know what?
Chumps.
Actually, this is a perfect time to raise it. So, got a comment on the last episode, and I laughed so much. Somebody commented on one of the things. He goes, I watched the full broadcast, and then I listened to you guys just to laugh at how wrong you always are. And I was like, I don't know who you're insulting, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, who are you insulting?
The joke's on
exactly
you.
why we exist.
The joke's
Yeah.
on you.
Joke's
I wanna
on
say-
you.
And
thank
us.
you.
And us collectively. Anyway,
Thank
no,
you.
I would like to see, they tried a thing in Formula E where people could tweet in who they
Oh,
thought was their
yeah.
favorite, and then that
And
guy
they get the
got,
boost.
that
They
guy
get
got a
the-
boost.
yeah.
So I thought of something equally stupid, and I thought it'd be really funny if you got forced to use every set of tire. At
You
some
had
Five
point,
of them.
at some
You
point,
had
you've got to
to.
use the wets, even if it's
Yeah,
dry.
yeah,
And
yeah.
like, but you've got to like use it at a time where you don't
Well,
waste
they'd
as
have
much.
They'd have to install a little sprinkler system on the front. So
Yeah,
when they went
yeah.
out on the
Yeah.
wet, raise
Or you
water
just
in
see
the red,
everybody
driving
Yeah,
trying
yeah,
to do
yeah.
it on a
Or like
raging
someone's
hot
like
track.
trying to finish the race on intermediates, and then someone's on softs, and just like zooms by. Something utterly
like it.
stupid.
Just
Yeah.
I like it.
chaotic.
Can you imagine, by the way, and again, like, you know, I'll stop shit counting him in a second, but if like there was that like phone in and, you know, reward a driver with a
Yeah.
bonus like they do in
Right.
FE, like
Stroll.
how
Lance
how much
Stroll.
further behind everyone Lance Stroll would still finish because he'd never get the
No.
bonus.
Or would
I would
he get
purposely
bonus
do
because everyone
Stroll.
purposely give it to
I would
Stroll?
Yeah,
But
purposely
like,
do it.
like
just before
ironically,
really tight
Yeah.
hairpins.
Yeah, yeah.
he's got
All
way
right.
too much power, and he
Guys,
doesn't know what to do with it.
That's wonderful. Well done, well done. All right, with all that said and done, though, let's go to Canada. It's time for Grid
Oh,
Walk and Trash Talk. So
Canada.
for you newbies here, this is where we give you as much as we can about the upcoming race. So we're going to walk the track with you and mostly talk shit about it, what we think the track is like, why it matters, and what we think about how the race will unfold for certain teams or drivers. And then, of course, obviously, we'll go on record and throw out our predictions, which are, well, just like us, all over the place. Let's start at the top, though, with what we know about the Canadian GP. So it's been on the F1 calendar since 1967. It's in its current Montreal home, however, since 1978. And before we get into this weekend, a few things you need to know if you don't already. So the circuit is named after, Gilles Villeneuve.
Gilles.
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 That's the one I get wrong all the time. It's
Gilles
not the
Villeneuve.
Villeneuve. I always think
Yeah,
I get
because
the
we
Villeneuve
hate
wrong.
the other one.
It's Gilles. Yeah. He was Italian-Canadian. Apparently one of the most beloved drivers in F1 history. Ev will fact-check me on that. He actually won the very first race held at this circuit in 1978. And unfortunately, he died in a crash. I think it was the Belgian Grand Prix a couple of years later. So his son, Jacques, who, another fan of the show,
Our favorite.
he went on to become world champion in
One of the most hated
1997.
drivers on the circuit.
So, yeah, the name above the entrance does carry all of that, a bit of weight there. In terms of winners, so Hamilton and Schumacher share all-time wins record here. They got 7 each, so, you know, no one else is close there. The circuit itself, it's I think it's actually quite short. It's only about 4 kilometers. It's built on that man-made island. I think it's the St. Lawrence River. It's actually quite stunning.
Yeah.
70 laps, low downforce, so very stop-start layout. It's actually one of my favorite tracks to drive. Where if anyone that's played Gran Turismo or the F1 games, it's a wicked track to drive. A real heavy braking into slow chicanes, and it's got that famous hairpin at the end, which obviously then turns into a massive acceleration zone, which is quite brutal on the brakes as you get to the end, and obviously where some drivers in the past have met what is called the Wall of Champions. So, lads, before I give some context to this wall? And for clarity, Tay, it's not the one that Trump continuously refers to. But as a race, where does Canada feature in your love ranking of all tracks? Diggs, I want to go to you first, man.
Okay. It's funny, I never get excited about Canada, but it always has some really interesting stuff take place. So if we'll all remember back to, it's a lot further than you think, 2019, where Vettel went off the track and he got demoted to second, and then he moved the first place over to his.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
well
was-
done
Was
to
that
you, Diggs.
2019?
7 years ago.
Yeah, that's so
and then
awful that it was
When
so
I think it
long ago.
was in the qualifying, Perez conked out and he had to walk back through the bushes all the way around from the
yeah.
opposite side of the island.
Apparently, they're overrun by mosquitoes as well. Because it's
Really?
a man-made.
Oh, really?
Ev with the facts there, ladies
Yeah,
and
one of the guys
gentlemen.
was like on the side of the commentators. He went down to like Lakeside, and it was just like swarms. Yeah, yeah.
But I do like this track. I think it's a really fun track to watch.
Yep.
It's always a surprise. I never think it's going to be all that great. It's better when it's not raining. I didn't really enjoy it when it rained. But other
No,
than that,
good
yeah,
point.
solid. It's a
It was
solid
good for
mid to upper tier track.
Alonso.
Okay. Ev, Tay, anything to add to that from either of you?
It's in my top 10.
I love it. I think it'd be in my top 5.
One of the most beautiful. It's definitely
I
one of
think-
the most beautiful tracks.
I
Yeah.
think Digby's right. I agree with him in that. Or perhaps this is just a reflection on the West's opinion of Canada.
Feels like you're trying to be really careful.
Hang
and
on,
not
I'm
be-
trying- I don't wanna
That's a first.
offend
That's a
Canada.
fucking first.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Because when you think of like, oh, it's a Canadian Grand Prix, oh, it'll be very polite and lovely, and that'll be nice. But actually, the Grand Prix itself is usually excellent. The track is full of character. When it rains, it really dredges down, and
Pause.
that's a really good cat amongst the pigeons. Yeah, I think it's always,
Okay.
but it's
So,
it,
there you
it
go,
lacks the
general consensus.
pizzazz of
A Monaco.
yeah, Australia's first, so that's always exciting. Or you go
Yep.
to the Middle East, and that's exciting because it's a night
It's the
race,
f-
whatever. But
That's the first time I've ever heard those two words
Yeah.
combined.
there you
I
go.
know.
3 words.
That was a surprise from you.
Yeah. Okay. He's up and about, ladies and gentlemen. Evan Locke. Hey,
I'm not
so let's
playing. I'm not playing Elden Ring, so
There
I've
you
got
go.
nothing
Talk the
else.
wall, yeah,
What am I?
thank
I got
God.
nothing else to do.
Unbelievable.
click
All right, so the
Come back.
wall. How did it get its name, and why does it matter? I hear you ask. Well, some of you, hopefully my co-host too, would know. But in 1999, during a single race weekend at this circuit, 3 F1 world champions hit the same piece of concrete. Damon Hill, Michael Schumacher, and Jacques Villeneuve, not Gilles. There you go. Happy Ev. The name stuck. It has claimed more since. Button was 2005. Vettel, not in a race, but in practice in 2011 when he was with Red Bull. And will almost certainly claim someone again this weekend. There's something mythologically inevitable about it. So, gents,
The
one
other
driver,
wall
no
god.
hesitation. Who hits the wall of champions this weekend? Don't think,
Lando.
just go. Lando! Whoa, okay.
Well, because he was on the other wall last year. So
last year, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, true. Good memory. Yep.
So, yeah.
Diggs, Ev, actually, why even ask Diggs? Diggs is just going to go, yeah, Lando, definitely. Fuck. If not, somebody's going to push him into it.
I bet
No.
he's more surprised I didn't say George.
George
No,
might.
it'd be
I reckon
Lance,
George-
surely.
Maybe George will be pushing it too hard this week because he's so sick of not being on the podium and he'll fuck it and he'll go straight to the wall.
They should
Yeah.
put Lawrence Stroll's face on it, and then like Lance. Just
No,
has-
Daddy, no.
Oh,
Boom.
goes like straight into the wall deliberately.
I'll tell you what, that might be the only thing that Lance Stroll can have post, for the end of his F1 career is you'll never have a name on a trophy, but maybe he'll have a name on a wall. Unfortunately, it's a champions wall, so maybe they'll give him a different wall in Canada. I will stop taking pot shots at poor old Lance. Hey, one thing about this weekend that is actually quite different, it's going to be a first for Canada, just the sprint format. So Saturday includes the sprint quali and a sprint race, obviously not the standard practice and quali. So again, as I said, it's the first time it's ever been in Canada. Gents, for a circuit that already produces a fair amount of chaos, adding the sprint is either going to be the best idea someone has had, or it's actually going to make our predictions look even more stupid than usual. But, Tay, Diggs, is this a good track for a sprint, or is it just actually adding variables to something that was
Man,
fairly unpredictable anyway?
I don't know. I thought about this. I was like, I don't know why this would be good as a sprint. It's very hard to overtake on this track. It's quite there's not a lot of room outside, so you can't really take huge risks in certain areas because you'll just hit the wall. So no, I'm gonna go with no. It's not a good sprint track at all.
There we go. Selling F1, doing it for them.
Yeah, but the counter to that is that
It's not
at
my
least
job to
it's one
sell
of
the
the
product. It's
shorter.
my job to tell them whether they're doing a good or bad job. I think they're doing a bad job.
Yeah,
by making
before
it a
they've
sprint
done the
track.
job, though.
Yeah, true.
Well,
True.
Prove me wrong.
count-
Prove me
Yeah.
wrong.
To counter that, I thought because it's one of the shorter tracks, at least it would be quite zippy.
Punchy. Yeah.
Yeah, punchy. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I'm quietly optimistic.
Yeah, you are in general tonight, though.
I don't know
Like,
why.
I
I don't know
it's
why.
not just a race thing.
I don't know. I can only apologize.
Maybe the giant blunt you had before. Hey, so what actually happened the last time out in Canada? Lads, you may or may not recall Digby's crush, George Russell, actually won it last year. He won it from pole position.
Beautiful
Sure
lips
did.
of his.
Controlled it from the front.
Thanks to
It
the
was actually
rain.
his first win of the 2025 season, and it's a circuit that tends to suit him. Verstappen was second, and third at the time. It was genuinely historic, so close your ears, Diggs, but it was Kimi Antonelli. So he actually was the third youngest podium finisher in an F1 history at that point. He was just 18 years old. The other thing that happened, bearing in mind last year's race was actually round 10, so a lot deeper into the season than it is this year, was the collision in the closing stages between McLaren teammates. I feel like this might have been the moment Digby and Tay actually started hate watching Norris. Is that fair for you two? Is this when things
No,
really
yeah,
started to turn, or no?
No, I
You've
already
always
hated him.
hated. Yeah,
I
okay.
was excited.
He
when
didn't
got
need
hit
any help.
into the wall. No.
Well, it was
no,
his
no
own
worries.
doing.
Yeah, exactly.
it
And
was.
I was like,
amateur.
I'm an idiot.
For those
I thought-
struggling to
To
remember,
be fair, this was actually my time where I was like, you know what? Good on him for not saying it wasn't his fault.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he did
Yeah.
take accountability for it. Yeah.
yeah, and that really annoyed you guys.
Yeah, because
No, it's-
you want the drama. I
Everyone
want
puts words into my mouth.
Rosberg
obviously.
and Hamilton blaming one another.
As long as it's
I want-
words, Diggs.
Yeah.
So for those struggling to remember, you may recall, so Norris hit the back of Piastri's car. Norris ended up retiring. He did apologise publicly afterwards. The defining image of a McLaren team that refused to prioritise a number one driver that actually almost gave Max Verstappen the 2025 championship. They've had a different kind of season in 2026, but you obviously don't shake that history entirely by showing up to the same circuit a year later. Diggs, does last year's McLaren's collision feel relevant to 26, or is it just so completely ancient history, given how differently that season has started?
It didn't feel. It felt like it was going to be a big impact at the time, and then nothing really came of it. Everyone was full, like, "Oh man, it was my fault. I'm so sorry." It was so boring. It wasn't.
Yeah,
like,
it wasn't a
"Oh,
Rosberg,
yeah,
Hamilton.
Yeah,
blow
yeah.
up.
It was like
Yeah.
everyone. It's probably because they're in Canada. There's something in the water in Canada. Oh, that's
I made him-
Something in the
I
water.
made him talking about how when he plays, he hates it when
Football.
you get tackled. If you get a bad tackle in football, which at our age can be really bad.
Fucking hell, Ev.
And he said to me, like, just apropos of nothing, is like, don't you hate it when like you get fouled and you jump up and you instinctively just want to start like throwing or like grabbing the guy and like just like shoving him. And it's like, but before you get up, the guy's already
He's already apologised?
So sorry.
yeah.
But all of this built up rage, like naturally, and they're like, I've got nothing to do with this now. What am I doing with this?
All I can
Fucking
imagine is
studs
that
up
all
tackle.
of you are like 1940s boxing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right. This, and they're all like, "Oh,
Yeah.
Hold me back.
Yeah. Jesus. Well, I tell you what, Ev, I will give you some credit. You are getting better at making the football analogies fit. Like, it doesn't take quite as long for us to understand what the fuck your point is, but
There you
But
go.
we
There you
all
go.
know at the beginning what it's
There you
about.
there we go.
Welcome
Well,
to the
look,
show.
given we have started on the topic of teams, let's actually run through what to look out for this weekend. Let's start at the top. So let's kick it off with the constructor and driver champion leaders, Mercedes. So George Russell, as I mentioned before, he's the defending winner here in Canada. He got a podium the year before. He likes Montreal. His teammate, however, Kimi Antonelli, has won 3 of the 4 races this season and leads the championship. Now, lads, perhaps exciting for Merc fans, but less so for all other F1 fans. Apparently, Mercedes are bringing their first proper upgrade package of the season to Canada. They held it back in Miami. Apparently, it was the wrong circuit for it. My understanding is that it specifically targets the turbo lag and wheel spin at the race starts, which obviously matters because A, Kimi and George haven't been great at the starts, but
They've
Ferrari
been
have
woeful.
really maintained a huge advantage over them at race starts and predominantly allowed Ferrari, at least in those first 3 races, to be quite competitive. Look, the car that is already winning is about to get a whole heap better.
Oh, we don't know
what
that
do you
for
know,
sure.
gents? And if the package is really this monster I've seen it described as, I mean, is this race already over before the lights go out?
I don't think so. I think it's just classic. There's nothing to talk about in the news, so they're throwing up these headlines to get some clicks.
They did
don't-
say before Miami that Merck were holding back their big dev upgrade for
Yeah.
Canada.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily think it's going to be this big thing where they're going to be all, I mean, they're already quite far ahead. I don't see it building that gap any
Well,
bigger.
hopefully not, for the sake.
I mean, maybe
Yeah.
it'll just help George because it seems to be only really damaging to him because Kimi has a bad start and he still wins. George has a
Still is
bad
a good
start
point,
and he
Diggs.
sucked the
And
whole
he's-
fucking race. It's
At the
just like
at time of recording, I don't think they've announced because they do have to. The FIA announces all of the upgrades, and I don't think they haven't done
No.
that yet.
No.
But the only thing that's going to change that start is a different size of turbo.
Turbo?
And if they had, because it's a physical thing that the turbo's doing.
Is the turbo part of the power unit though?
I
So
see.
that would
Yeah.
be an entire whole new power unit.
Well,
so
no, it's an entire new turbo, and then the protocol that goes along
Say
with
what you
it.
see, mate. Yep.
And but then they'd have to give it to like Williams and McLaren and all that.
I don't necessarily think they have to give anything to anybody, right?
Oh no, but if it's part of the engine,
Part of the package.
yeah.
of
Yeah.
As
So,
the
right.
manufacturer. Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
so I'm not sure about that. What I do like, which is only happening since this cost cap era, is this idea. It's really fascinating that you have, I guess, headroom. Digby and I know we use headroom talking about guitar, headroom in terms
football.
of in terms of like how much runway you've got left to develop before you can't make
Reach
it
that.
any more efficient or you can't.
Diminishing
different-
return, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's really interesting when somebody's like, I've got an upgrade, and it's like, yeah, but is that maybe your last? Like,
Yeah.
you can't keep bringing upgrades because you can't
Well,
change
can
that
you?
architecture.
Can you? I've got something to add to that. I'm not going to do
Ooh.
it now. We'll cover it off later. And look, Ev may have just completely let down the balloon of trying to talk through what to expect from the teams by suggesting
welcome.
that no one fucking knows what's
welcome.
happening from a dev perspective. But
You're welcome.
look, let's quickly swing to McLaren because I do want to touch on them. I understand that they are bringing the second part of their Miami upgrade package to Canada. So look, we've spoken about it in detail over the last few episodes. Following what looks to be quite a papaya resurgence. Again, recently the car has actually been quite competitive. 2 podiums in a row for Oscar. There's no question about it that both the last 2 races McLaren could have won. Oscar the first week, Lando last race. This Mercedes versus McLaren upgrade battle is probably the key development story of 2026, at least for now. But one thing I wanted to flag, and it's less about what's happening with any upgrades, is actually what might be happening behind the scenes at McLaren. So, look, we've spoken to death about this and where Max Verstappen is going to end up. But a lot has really ramped up in the last 2 weeks since our last episode about a driver swap. So Oscar going to Red Bull and Max going to McLaren. Now, the Max going to McLaren holds a lot of weight because Lambiase has gone there or will be going there. And again, I don't know if it was an official comment from Red Bull, but some headlines in the last week talking about the fact that Oscar would be the perfect replacement for Max at Red Bull. Zach Brown came out literally days ago and said that he's very happy with his current driver lineup and has absolutely no intentions of changing it. Ev, Diggs, Tay, is Zach Brown saying exactly what he has to say, or do you actually believe him?
I mean, you know what I'm going to say, right?
Oh,
Like,
What else? I'm asking.
What else is he going to say? Oh, you know what? I've been thinking about getting rid of Oscar for some time, but if I do that, everyone will get. It's like what I'm more concerned about is who in the marketing department at McLaren decided that they weren't orange, they were papaya.
What a change of subject.
Fucking sick of hearing
I
that.
don't
Oh,
like
it's the
it. I think it's
papaya.
a really ugly color.
It's an I
The
don't
orange
mind
is an ugly
colour.
colour or papaya?
No, it's not orange. The papaya.
I mean, it's orange. Like, why not just call it orange? It's not orange. It's like saying, I don't know.
Look,
It's
Ev, he has
lilac,
license
it's
to
not
determine
purple,
what
it's
is
like-
orange or not. You know,
What-
he's allowed to say it.
What color would you call Aston Martin?
That's his.
what
That's
colour?
their color. I'm not
That's
their color.
You're not allowed to say it,
I'm
Evan.
not allowed to say
That's
it.
why you
What?
say papaya.
What color
Oh,
would you
jeez.
call Aston Martin?
The green.
Green?
Like
Exactly.
forest
It's just green, right? But it's not. But it's more like a
Well, it's
forest.
British
or an
racing
emerald
green.
Well, yeah,
actually.
British
Yeah,
racing.
British racing
But
green.
but then specifically, it's like an emerald or whatever you want to call it, like a forest
Hey,
green. I like that.
speaking
They don't
of
walk around going, "Oh, we're the forest Aston Martin." Like, fuck off. Sorry,
Forest
but it just
green
does
The
that.
rules.
papaya is part of their
Lance.
brand now.
It
It's
is,
become
that's
iconic.
what I'm saying. And it's
yeah.
it's
No,
well, actually, it's a
really, it
terrible
hasn't.
fruit, just for the record.
papaya is a bad
Yeah.
fruit. It's a stupid word, and it's hard to say.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Let him off his leash.
Did you hear about the golf clubs?
Call it peach or
Yeah,
something.
they've
I
been
don't know.
shit.
They've
What
come
golf
out
clubs?
with McLaren.
They
have
came
released
out with
their own,
McLaren golf clubs.
Oh my God.
McLaren
Is that
golf
because Lando
clubs.
plays lots of golf?
Yeah,
and they're
and
like
and they
3
sponsored
times the
someone.
cost of every other golf club. Anyway,
Oh, God.
there you go.
I mean,
Anyway.
that's teams getting greedy and looking at licensing and how
What
they
I
can
was
make
gonna
more
say
money.
is-
Hold on, Ev, just could you even fit a fucking set of golf clubs into the back of a McLaren car? You
yeah,
couldn't, could you?
there's a McLaren GT which was
Okay.
designed specifically to have
Oh, right,
a
okay.
boot that could
Yeah.
fit.
Digby's
a
going to get
boot,
angry at that marketing
yeah,
team.
Yeah. What I was going to say is,
No one's a
there
boot.
is no way in this world that Max is going anywhere but Mercedes. There is no.
Look at
you
with
can-
the emblem,
I know,
Ca-
look at him
yeah.
with his Mercedes top
there's
off.
he's never.
the
He
bat
is.
signal.
What is I guess degrading to the brand of Formula One and the drivers in particular is because every champion driver is just bitches and moans when they're not being handed the victory.
Are we back on George?
When Lewis isn't like lapping everyone else for 8 years, all of a sudden, oh, my back, Digby, my back. Why
Holy
don't you
fuck, what has
sympathize
gotten
with
into
me?
Evan tonight?
Yeah.
What? I mean, you're usually defending that guy till the cows come home. Like,
Max
I love
is
this.
only going to whoever the most dominant team
Team
is. He's
Yeah.
not going
Also, he's
to.
actually insulting Max here. That's really
Yeah, but I think
Yeah,
anybody.
I
I
see.
think
That makes all
Lewis
makes
thought that
sense now.
Ferrari were going to come good because Charles Leclerc has been like holding up his end of the deal essentially.
8 years. 8 years
Um,
he has been at Ferrari. Can you
and
believe that?
nothing's come of it.
No.
No,
And
That
I
car's
think,
fucked, though.
and given
his
that
fault.
the Max relationship with Mercedes and the GT3,
yeah.
I
They're
think
just two
that
separate
if,
entities, though.
imagine Toto Wolff, billionaire Toto Wolff, putting his arm around his like, look, why didn't you go do GT3 for a couple of years and then come back to Mercedes?
Hey, just let me full circle this so that we can close out with the papayas where we started. Have you guys seen the Google ad with Oscar Piastri? Tay, you may not have seen it.
Yes, I have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Seen this?
It's
I
brilliant.
quite like
However,
it. I like
there's
it.
this moment in it where there's a big painting that
Is
he
his
has
mum in
taken off the wall, and it's big snowy Alpines, and they swap that for the papaya
It's
Yeah.
so
for the
subtle.
painting of the papaya.
Also, of course, his mother's in it.
no, just him. He's
Wait, is
very
it
good
his-
at
You're thinking of Lando.
Of course,
Yeah,
Lando's. She's in everything.
Hey, right, I'm just Ev, you're out of control. Just let's quickly talk Ferrari, just because Ev tried to go to Lewis and then somehow made it about Max. But based on
Well-
my research, they actually brought 11 new components to Miami, which is a pretty significant upgrade. And yeah, look, it was only 2 weeks ago. They weren't great in Miami, particularly Lewis. Question for Canada
He
is
got
whether those
damaged, though, I
games
think. He got,
actually translate to a low downforce, stop-start layout.
yeah.
Like the Canada track. If they don't, obviously Ferrari's going to arrive in Canada with a car that seems to be going backwards, while the likes of Mercedes, McLaren, Red Bull, and even Williams are rolling out packages that specifically, not just target Ferrari's last remaining advantage, but indicates that others are moving forward. Diggs, I'm coming to you because you're not. But if you were a Ferrari fan, what are you actually telling yourself about
The
this week?
redhead. The
Other than
Testarossa.
get out,
Mr.
Nat.
Testarossa.
Yeah, I've used my song, Ferrari. That's what I've been telling them. Use my song and you will win. I feel like
It's a good song.
they'd be
It's a great
giving me hope because they've been looking good enough to like
Charles
go, well,
has.
maybe this week.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I think.
Yeah,
about
but
Lewis.
remember, Lewis had
Um,
damaged last.
Yeah, you got damaged, man.
Last
whatever. But what I mean is, they're coming out and they're looking strong. Charles is hard to overtake, and I
Yeah.
think if it's a track that they've got a better car for, or they bring in an upgrade that happens to just keep their nose in it one weekend, we'll probably see a win at some point this year.
Some point.
I don't.
Right.
You don't want to.
Isn't that crazy though? It's
high
just like
hopes too
maybe
much,
they'll
but-
get one win. Maybe
Yeah,
they'll
but then
get
don't-
one
but that was
win.
the same
let's
as
not
last
forget the
year,
last,
right?
The last time
Yeah.
that they were dominant, they were cheating.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, that's true.
Well,
That's
not cheating, but they got told they
That's
had
not
to
a joke.
change their car.
Yeah, yeah.
and
No,
that was the
they
last
were.
time Charles. That was when Charles first started. He looked
Well,
really good. In, like, the first few
apparently
races.
that's also the other thing when these new regs come in on June. Apparently, Ferrari's at most risk of being affected by them.
Okay. Rounding out teams I want to dive into is that of Aston Martin or the Forest Green team, whatever the fuck we landed on. I don't know. I don't know what color.
the Forest,
British
the Forest
racing.
Aston Forest Martin,
I'm going to say
Steve Martin Green.
before we get into the F1 team, Aston Martin just released their Valhalla, which is their supercar, like hypercar.
Is that the one that old mate Alonso was
Yeah.
in?
No, he got a
There's a bigger
he
one.
got
There's a higher one than the Valhalla. There's a Valkyrie, or there's a Valkyrie and a
Valkyrie
Valhalla.
is what Alonso's got.
I can't
He's
remember.
got one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
but he
they-
didn't just get that.
They released
no.
one a couple of
Looks
weeks
like a
ago,
McLaren.
maybe 3 weeks ago, and it's taken the world, like the critical acclaim, by storm. And it is
In a good way?
Yes, in like
Right.
an absolutely good way,
Okay.
and it
okay.
can
It
only
looks like a McLaren.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah,
that
It's a green,
that
it's
was
just a green
announced
McLaren.
like 6 years ago, and then they stopped it, and then they've restarted the development of it. And since old mate has gone to Aston Martin and
Newey.
sprinkled his salt
Jizz.
flakes all over
All
it,
right. Yep.
and for something to be
It sounded
that,
like dandruff.
yeah,
He's
be
been
s-
that Salt Bay
for
guy.
something- yeah. To be that, there's a meme for you. That I know that that's not the same as road cars aren't the same as the Formula One cars, and Ferrari will demonstrate that greatly. But I'm really optimistic because they've held back on their upgrades because Adrian Newey was like, I don't want to bring them until we understand
doing.
why we're shit.
Okay. You might just completely ruin what I'm about to say, but
Do it. We
do
can
it.
edit this. We
yeah. Well,
we
so
can
speaking
edit
of
this.
Aston Martin, so the word being used internally is quantum leap. So Honda, who power Aston Martin's car, which I'm going to cover off in a very separate way later on in this episode, they have made what has been described as a genuine breakthrough. So engine software, electronics, energy deployment, all overhauled apparently. The team are calling it their first real performance step of 2026. And it matters because obviously Aston Martin have been oscillating between invisible and disappointing since the season started. Now, I don't definitively know what that means for this race. I think everybody
Sounds like
took
net
some
rating Digby.
encouraging signs from
Look
last
at the eye
week's
roll.
from last race where obviously both of their cars actually finished a race. But Ev, look, again, do you actually believe in this idea of a quantum leap, or is this just a team managing expectations upward? I mean, again, can you separate your hype and your jizz for the
Sure I
road
can.
car for the
I can
race
apply. I can apply context and
Yes.
say that a quantum leap would be to go from 22nd to 21st.
car? It's good. It's good
Am I
from you.
wrong? Am I wrong?
Yeah. Well, anyways, look, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but surely you guys want to see a competitive Aston Martin. Like, I loved it.
Oh, yeah.
Again, we
Yeah,
talked about
yeah.
it.
I like seeing Alonso up there. It's fun.
Yeah,
He's
look. Quick mention of the rest of the field. Alpine, fifth in the constructors.
You
Gasly's
cut
been
that
their
whole bit
standout
out.
performer all season, and we'll be looking to
I've
bounce back
unimpressed him so much. I'm
after
so
being
embarrassed.
cleaned up in Miami by Lawson.
He's
Williams
my
showed
audience.
at Miami that they can score when everything lines up. We're going to get
didn't
to.
get him to look like him. I was trying to get Alonso to come in on the four Mounties, like we
No,
talked
they're
about
like,
before.
fuck, is that Ryan Reynolds?
It just looks like a generic guy from Canada.
I missed all. You guys were literally having an entire conversation while I was
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's all right. I could figure out what I'll just mute me.
It was funny. It's fine.
There's your clip hole. There's your clip
Fuck.
at the big.
Right,
Fine.
the part that defines us as a podcast,
fuck,
and,
Kev.
and not in a good way. So it's time for predictions. Let's go on the record. Whatever gets said here is noted, locked, and obviously publicly revisited next episode. Look, we're gonna go Tay first, then we're gonna go Evan Diggs. You guys know the deal here. It's 4 each, right? We got race winner, we got
I'm just
rest
gonna
of the
check the
podium,
weather.
which is second and third, to be clear. Evan, sorry, Diggs, copped a stray bullet there. Biggest surprise of the weekend, which can obviously be qualifying or sprint related as much as it can be race, and then the biggest disappointment. So Tay, give me your 4.
I'm gonna have Piastri at the front.
Nice.
On first. I'm gonna
Rest of
have
the podium?
Yep. Max
Max.
second. Yeah,
Okay.
and then we'll have Lando third.
Double papaya podium.
Disappointment wise, George outside of the top 5.
Nice. I like that one.
And then biggest surprise, I think it's going to be Portobello.
Portoletto for anybody wondering who
Portobello
he's talking
mushroom.
about.
Sorry, Portobello. I had a fucking brain fart. I'm going to have, he's going to be in the top 8.
Yeah, like that. I tell you, they're good. They're good. I will say, we know these are coming every week, and you were definitely thinking of your answers then, weren't you? It's like you've not thought about that before.
No,
You just, like,
it's
People accuse us of like pre-scripted.
doctoring.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, good. It's good. Very good. I like
because
those ones.
I had my surprise and my I had to think about because
You had mushrooms.
it
on
was
your mind.
different than what I had.
Yeah. Right.
Only because it was going to be
You
predictable.
had.
Evan. Evan next. Evan, what do you got for me? Winner.
I think George is going to win. This is
Yep.
a more traditional track, and it's going to suit him.
Rest of the podium.
Then Kimi, and then Max.
Ooh. Okay. Mercedes double and a Red Bull.
Looks to be
Disappointment
quite
and-
cold and possible rain. And
Okay.
What
What about surprise and disappointment, other than you and you?
Yeah, surprise would be me enjoying it,
Can you give me an actual answer, you dickhead?
and
fuckhead.
disappointment.
No,
would
give me a proper
be-
surprise, you clown.
Disappointment would be me wasting
Not
my
enjoying
life.
it.
Yeah. No, I think surprise. I think Alpine will
I
start.
like that. I like
I
that.
think they're going to keep going.
Upwards.
I don't know why I think that. They've shown nothing.
No, Gasly has. He's been brilliant. Oh no,
look like
we've
the
taken his bandwidth
realization.
too far. We've used up too much of his capacity. He's
You're
like a robot.
I think
He's
he's
like-
Alpine.
My
He's
headroom.
like AI. He's running out of tokens.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Uh,
Now
I'm the
and
free version. I'm the free
disappointment,
version.
Ev, in the free version. Well, actually, my biggest disappointment will be from the 2022 race because I'm the free version.
I'll be disappointed if it doesn't rain and there's no crashes that should. If there's nothing that upsets the running order,
Okay,
I'm
all right.
gonna be
Doesn't really
disappointed.
count, but I'll give
Yeah.
it to you because I just want to move on. Digby.
Are you?
Digby just waiting there
put
patiently.
another
Winner.
quarter in me.
That's what she said.
Every week I try and pick what I want. So this time I'm going to pick what I think. I think Kimi's going to win.
That's how we
I
go.
I think Kimi's going to win. I think Lando Oscar
Kimmy,
will come
holy
second.
shit.
And George will come third. And then the biggest disappointment will be that Oscar is on the podium.
Wait, didn't you
Fuck
say
you
Lando
going
or
against
Oscar
me.
Oscar,
second?
but I think that would be the biggest disappointment would be that he wasn't the one.
Okay.
And
Fire.
the biggest
Double barrel.
biggest surprise will be that it. Let's say Gasly will be in the top 7.
Okay. Okay.
I hope
That's
he
not
comes
really
in
surprising.
I
It's
hope he
interesting.
comes in 8.
Top 6.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then, but I don't want it to rain because every time it rains,
No, I don't want it to rain.
Me.
No,
Yeah.
Ev's an
Me.
idiot.
It's like, oh
Yeah.
my god, look, George is doing really well. Oh, it rained, and now he's like,
It's-
Yeah,
lost
now
his
he's
it's-
complaining again about
Oh,
not
look,
pitting.
Kimmy's way down the back. He's fucked now. Oh, it's raining.
Oh, look,
here
you know,
it
he's
comes.
won.
Great.
Yeah.
Here comes Alonso.
All right. Well, weirdly
What's
enough, I
yours?
think there's a bit of lineup here. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I'm actually going
what's yours?
Lando for first place here. I'm calling him for redemption arc over last year's race.
Mm.
Podium will then be George and Oscar. So I think we're all quite We've all got McLaren up there by the sounds of it. Similarly, for biggest surprise, I've actually gone Gasly top 5. So Diggs and sort of Ev, who just gives blanket statements that can be right because they're so wide. So we've all thrown out that Alpine might be something this weekend. And biggest disappointment, I'm saying 10th place for Lewis. I think he'll barely scrape into points. That's my disappointment take for the weekend.
It's
And to
so
be honest with
crazy,
you, it's
Phil.
becoming less and
Very-
less of a disappointment and more of a, well, that's standard for him. Time to
that's
hang up the
sad in
boots, Lewis.
itself.
Hey, any final comments there, boys?
Yeah, my final comment is
Not you. Fuck off.
if Lewis, as like, how bad of a day could it be if you then get to go home and like
Next,
five-star
right.
hotel?
So
room
that's that
service,
then.
yes, more
Predictions. Locked and loaded. And from looking into the future, it's time to look into the
He's
past.
going in
It is
raw. Who are
time
you kidding?
for Haas, you been paying attention. So the usual rules of engagement here, gentlemen. 8 questions, 4 on F1 and the Canadian Grand Prix, 4 on Montreal and Canada. This is obviously the segment where revision is theoretically possible, but never actually happens. So for anyone joining us fresh, here's how this works. Questions 1 through to 6, you've got to buzz in first. Your right answer, you get the point. Wrong answer, the other 2 get a crack at it, and so on and so forth. Questions 7 and 8 are the danger zone. So the same buzz in, except if you answer and you're wrong, you lose 2 points. If you actually get it right, you get 2 points. You can sit them out. Someone always does. That's why this segment exists. Going into tonight, Ev, you're on 5. You're still in the lead. Tay and Diggs, you both are on 2. So it's only 3 points separating first from joint second. There's a long way to go, and it's anyone's to win. And most importantly, it's everyone's to enjoy. But
Am I
before-
2 from 2? Am I 2 from 3? How many episodes have I been on?
This is your
All right,
third.
a bit
look at
of a
you with your
celebrity. You
bullshit
can't-
Yeah,
stats.
actually, that's a good point. This
He's
is
a
the
celebrity.
third. You
I'm
are
100%.
undefeated when you are
100%.
available.
So
Yeah.
I'm beating Ev.
Yeah.
You can't argue with that. I
You
can't argue
You
against
can't
it.
argue with it.
Can't argue.
To be
against
fair, I think this quiz might suit you better than anyone, Diggs.
Fuck me. It's music
All right.
related.
it's always Tay just like, fucking kill you.
Tay at the icebreakers, Tay at the quiz, Tay at what's Verstappening, all those
Yeah.
that require
And then-
like pre-thought or
100%.
considered input. Tay's always like,
This
fuck
is a
me.
Yeah. this is a problem when it's at fucking 3 in the morning.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, before anything else, it's obviously the non-negotiable part of this. It is time for your buzzers. I was going to go Tay first, but I don't. Yeah, okay, Tay.
I have one.
Tay,
I have
Tay,
one.
Let's go.
Tay.
Let's go.
Yeah.
What have you got for us?
Something flagged this, and I'm so glad I remembered it at the beginning of the episode. But I'm going to say, I did not inhale.
I need
And that's-
context. I need context.
It's
No.
Bill Clinton, when he was saying that he never smoked weed, that he only bum puffed and he did not inhale.
But what has that got to do with Canada?
What does that got to
It's
do
got
with
nothing to
anything?
do with it.
Why
You
not?
talked about no, because you spoke about cigarettes that they definitely don't inhale.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Tay goes, I
I
did
see.
not
Oh, so you were
Yeah.
triggered by something earlier I said.
Yes. Yes.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Long bow there, ladies and gentlemen. Diggs, let's
I'm gonna-
get your buzzer.
I'm going to put a mark in this so we can come back to that and cut it out.
Okay.
There you go. There's a mark.
Mine will be Hi, I'm Ryan Reynolds.
Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds.
Hi, I'm Ryan Reynolds.
I'm pretty sure.
You
I could be
always do
bothered-
Ryan Reynolds.
I was going to say, if anyone can be bothered to
But
go
I used
through
to
the
like him. Now I
archive,
just hate him.
yeah,
So-
yeah.
Yeah,
Defend
no
the shit.
shit.
Okay, I like it, and you actually sound a little bit like him. And last but not least, never least, Evan, what is your buzzer?
I was thinking about this.
Oh, good.
Oh, I'm glad.
that's a start.
It's a
that's
great
the
start. Or
first.
is that your buzzer? Is that your fucking buzzer?
Look at him
That's
with his
a-
wine,
what
Some of our
bottle of
listeners
wine.
might not know is I'm actually fluent in Canadian.
God,
Right,
here we go.
Cue the offence. Get this over and
Yeah,
done
here
with,
we go.
please.
My buzzer is Je m'appelle Evan.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
good.
You
Yep.
and Cab just
Is it even-
practicing
is
your
it even
French
the
together
same,
in
is it
French
even the
class.
same French dialect in Quebec?
I think it's
You
Look
should
at him,
have
he's
known.
making it up.
You should be
No,
able
no,
to
it
answer
is-
faster than this.
no, it is a Franco dialect of
Colapinto.
French.
I'm
Okay.
not gonna lie. You can cut this out if you want, all. But basically, I always refer
I
to
tried
French
so
Canadians as the
hard
fake French.
to find a Mike Myers reference because Mike Myers is Canadian.
Yes,
He's
I'm
He's
surprised
Canadian.
you didn't do Austin
I-
Powers, mate.
I
this would have been
couldn't-
the perfect time.
I
Yeah,
know,
You would have
I
been allowed to
know.
do it, but he's not allowed. He's
Yeah.
been barred from it. All right, boys, here we go. Question number 1, starting with the record books. And two names you've already heard a lot of tonight. Well, actually, not a lot of, but
So
you've heard.
just to butt in, it's not the same dialect. It was
Just to get that
No,
last
I think that's
word
really
in.
interesting.
Yeah. All right. Two names. Lewis Hamilton, Schumacher share the outright record for the most wins at a Canadian Grand Prix.
Je
More than
m'appelle Evan.
any other driver. Yeah. What do you got, Ev? I didn't finish the question, but
Max Verstappen.
You thought the question's gonna be who's the next amount
Yeah.
of winner.
and the rest. And the rest of the question for the other two is how many wins does each of them
Ryan
hold?
Reynolds.
Yeah. What do
I
you got,
did
Ryan
not
Reynolds?
inhale.
Nah. Ryan's in.
I think I'm wrong here. 7.
Fuck.
Yeah. Well done. I did say it at
Yeah,
the top of the
you did
episode.
say it
I
was.
didn't even
Just wanted to
fucking
check
hear.
you've been paying
Yeah,
attention.
I heard it.
Funnily enough,
There
I
you
took
go.
a note of that specifically. I was like,
Well
oh,
done.
maybe
Yeah,
you'll
same.
learn that
My
later.
answer was funnier.
Yeah. Good from you, Ev.
That's because you're
So Hamilton
stupid.
7 came in 2007, 10, 12, 15, 16, 17, 19, and then obviously Schumacher's well before. 1994 was his first and 2004 was his last. Question number 2. So still at this circuit and on a result that still generates argument wherever F1 fans gather.
Je m'appelle Evan.
Yeah, go Evan. Didn't even ask the fucking...
Sebastian Vettel and Lewis in 2019.
What happened?
Well, that Seb went off the track at the chicane. He went onto
Yeah.
the grass to reclaim his spot, which it was illegal.
Yeah, and then?
And then you gave me the point for the correct answer.
Well,
It's not
okay,
enough.
so the
No.
question
No.
was the 2019
I can't
Canadian
believe
Grand Prix.
anything.
Seb Vettel crossed the line first. He did not win the race. Well
Correct.
done on you on even knowing what I was talking about. In the
I mean,
closing
it's-
laps, he ran wide onto the grass while leading, rejoined the circuit, and in doing so, he squeezed Hamilton, who was right behind him.
Thank you.
Got a 5-second penalty. Hamilton won. Obviously, Vettel
Yes.
was furious.
You're
But
welcome.
what made this moment
Ryan Reynolds.
iconic? Yes,
I did not
Digby.
inhale.
He moved.
fuck.
He moved. I've already
I
said
know,
this.
you said it at the beginning.
I've already
You
said
said
this in the beginning. He moved his first place thing and put it in front of
Yeah.
his car
That's
because
right.
he thought it was a bullshit call
Yeah.
because he went off and came back on the only way he could have and they
Yep.
deemed it unsafe, which he disagreed with.
Yeah, but it was.
Yeah.
And I was
Iconic, and that
on
was
Team
that was
Seb for
key. I love Seb Vettel moment for me.
This episode isn't Huss. I've been paying attention to Digby.
no.
Well, how
But-
about you
but-
shut your fucking mouth and stop chiming in
Just
before we
listen
hear the
to
question,
fucking
and
to be
so
fair,
then I have an
to be
opportunity.
fair, he was so close. The fact that
He
he
was.
knew, I didn't even get
I
out
could
the
have kept
first
talking.
sentence.
Yeah.
You know what's brilliant?
I could have
he
kept
said,
talking.
He said every detail
Okay,
except,
except
the bit that you
Well, 'cause I
wanted.
didn't know that's what we were talking about.
Well, yeah.
all right,
Imagine
it's
if you let
2-0.
him read the question.
Oh, well, yeah.
It's 2-0 to Digby. Question number 3.
My
The
buzz is too
2011
hard.
The 2011 Canadian Grand Prix is widely regarded as one of the greatest races in modern F1 history. So it was red flag due to torrential rain. Whether or not they raced on wet tyres is still to be confirmed. The stoppage lasted close to 2 hours, and when it was restarted, it produced some of the most dramatic closing laps anyone had seen in years, with the eventual winner taking the lead on the final lap after spending a significant portion of the race outside of the points entirely, to the point where he was actually in last place. Who won that race?
Not in hell.
Tay.
I'm gonna say Lewis.
Bam.
Digby. Digby was next.
I know you said his years before,
yeah,
but I blanked on
don't-
him.
I don't know.
Good point.
I don't know.
Uh,
I don't know the answer, so I just have to guess.
Ba-da,
I don't
ba-da,
know. Alonso.
ba-da-da.
Nah, that's too long.
Not Alonso.
All right.
You're the only one left. You're last man standing, Ev.
Fuck. I was going to say Alonso. I was so confident. I was so confident. Kimi Räikkönen.
No, it was Jensen Button. So he was driving for McLaren at the time.
Good for him.
He'd been
That's
involved
right,
in
it
multiple
was.
incidents, at one point as far back as last place. He took fresh tyres during the red flag.
That's right.
Sky
I
through the
remember.
field on the restart and passed Vettel around the outside of the hairpin on the final lap and won by just over 2 seconds. So that was obviously the definitive Jensen Button performance and one of the finest drives this circuit's actually produced.
He's
So
such a
still-
boring guy.
No, I love him.
I liked
so
him.
boring.
Yeah.
I actually think he's not boring. He's really
Yeah,
interesting.
I think he's
oh,
great.
really?
I can tell
Yeah.
you his mum doesn't like the way he acts on TV. I met her.
Oh, yeah?
I know I've said this every
Oh,
week.
here we go.
funny.
But her only comment was like, "Oh, I just
If
don't
you woke
like
up
how-
next to
just-
one,
I don't like the way Jensen talks on TV."
you have to cut that out.
He must
You can't let that in.
No,
Don't leave
it must
bloody-
be
No,
like
I'm just gonna start. I'm gonna
that's
start
front
fucking
clip.
burning you every
You
time
know-
you throw
Yeah.
shit out that you want me to edit out. I'm not editing it out.
Yeah,
You're
how
fine.
English people are really proper. It's like it felt like whatever he's saying to us is just
Digby
like,
just
went
went the whole time.
To England, they're just like, oh, it's like breaking monocles and things like.
No. Right. Question number
What?
4. Question
That
number
gets
4.
cut out.
One of the most heartbreaking retirements in Canadian Grand Prix history. 1991, Ayrton Senna. He was leading the race, final lap, meters from the finish line, his car stopped. He didn't win. Nigel Mansell, who had actually been over 20 seconds behind in that final lap, drove past and took victory. What caused
Ryan
Senna's
Reynolds.
retirement? Yes, Digby.
Did he run out of petrol?
No. Good guess, though. I like it.
I don't
Yeah, that is a good guess.
I was too young to know.
Tay, Ev, you going to have a stab?
Yeah, I'll
Sugar
have a
Bell
stab.
11.
Fuck, I
Yeah, what do you got?
forgot my buzzer.
Ev, you cannot use your buzzer if
Yeah.
you don't have an answer.
I've got 2 answers. It's
Just give me
I'm
one.
gonna,
That's how
flat
this
tire,
game works.
Flat tire.
No.
Fuck
Nah.
off. Go fuck
Gearbox.
yourself.
Nah, wrong. He accidentally switched his own car off. So there was a
Shit, we were never going to get that.
We've all
Yeah.
done
On
this,
his
by the way.
steering wheel.
Everybody's done this in real life.
cut the electrical system entirely. He believed to have pressed it while he lifted a hand towards the crowd, thinking the race was already his.
How
He stopped on the
embarrassing! And everyone says
The
we're
greatest
great
driver in
drivers.
the world.
What a loser!
Yeah, he
Well,
was apparently
it was a
seen
little
sitting
humble.
on
Call
the
it
side of the
head
track in
and switcher.
tears. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. This is me reacting to Digby above me saying something.
Right, that's the F1 half done, gents. we now moved to Canada itself, so we got culture, geography, history. You know, take your pick. The kind of facts that either make people say, "I had no idea," or obviously, come on. So question 5. I believe she was with Tay at the beginning of the episode.
Still
Celine
in the
Dion,
game.
one of Quebec's most recognizable exports, who sang the Titanic song, Tay, for clarity. My heart will go on. Is the youngest child in her family. How many children were there in total?
I did not inhale.
Okay. So this was supposed to be a multiple choice. Do you want the multiple
First of all,
yes,
this
please.
shouldn't be a question. Second of all, Taylor shouldn't know the answer to this.
I'm just
They
throwing out a massive
He
number.
also shouldn't get the multiple choice because he obviously knows the answer. Otherwise, you wouldn't have jumped.
Yeah, that's
into
true.
it.
Tay, you were so
Well,
quick.
the way he was saying the question, I felt like it wasn't a multiple choice.
Yeah, I know. I forgot.
It's the way that he said the question. I thought I knew the answer.
Your Honor,
No, it was just going to be a
plead
guess. I'm going to
ignorance.
say 9 kids.
No,
He's one
no.
of 9.
To be fair, that was option B. So the rest were was
Did
A,
Digby and I
6,
get an
B,
option each?
B9, C11, or
I'm Ryan Reynolds.
D14.
I'm Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, what
I'm
do you
gonna
got?
go with this number because that was what I had in my head before you said that.
Do it.
I'm going to go with 6, but now you've said them all. I'm thinking that's too small, but 6.
Well, 6 is wrong.
14.
Ah, Evan, the point. Boom, swish, Kobe. Yeah, she was the
You
youngest of 14 children.
That's crazy.
Tay, I'm sorry, Tay. Were you going to say something about
Make
me?
of that.
Yeah,
what
you
will.
always pick the
Question
last
number
one.
6. Montreal's brutal winters led to the construction of one of the world's largest underground pedestrian networks beneath the city. Tunnels,
I'm Ryan
connecting
Reynolds.
shops. Yeah, okay.
Winnipeg.
you.
No.
What is
No.
Winnipeg?
What is
I'm sorry. What is Winnipeg?
That's good.
Oh,
That's good.
fuck.
No, I
What's
don't
killing my
It's
brain
so left
cells?
field.
I get
It was
less
so left
brain
field.
cells when I'm in this.
Evan,
You do.
literally
You
did this
lose.
the first 2 fucking questions.
What
It's
do
like,
you
I
mean
love
you
lamb.
lose brain cells, Ev? I have
I
to
love
cut all
lamb.
3 of you talking absolute shit. Like, fuck.
All
Right,
continue
so,
with the question.
yeah, tunnels connecting
Yeah, you
shops,
said
hotels,
Winnipeg.
restaurants, and metro stations. How many kilometres of underground pathways does it span? A, 8
That's even
kilometres.
funnier.
B, hold on. Let me give you the options. Let me give you the options.
Well, he didn't deserve it.
No, you got it wrong anyway.
You dumb shit, Ev.
Oh,
I
Right,
switched
A.
my car off.
I apologize.
A, 8 kilometres. B, 18 kilometres. C, 33 kilometres. D, 55 kilometres.
I did
or
not
E,
inhale.
Winnipeg.
E? There's an E?
Let
How
F say
many
Winnipeg.
options?
Dumb shit.
How many options? Oh, F? 17
God.
and
All
a
right,
half?
quick, let's go. Got an answer?
Oh, yeah, I
Oh, yeah, you
said I
buzzed in,
did not
Tate. What do you
inhale.
got?
Yeah, C.
Oh, 33 is right. 33 kilometres. The largest underground pedestrian network in the world.
Is
F1
it in
parks
Winnipeg?
itself above it every year, and nobody mentions it. So there you go. Well done.
Nobody
Um,
cares.
We are,
So it's
well,
2 to
actually,
me, 1 to 2-1-1.
it's 2-1-1. Yeah. The danger zone, boys. So this is a perfect,
Oh, no.
perfect score
This is
mix.
the Wall of Champions
to
section.
bring. This is it. We're into the Wall of Champions here. Question 7 and 8. So as I said, right answer 2 points, wrong answer -2 points. You can obviously stay quiet. It is allowed, but it's shameful. So think before you buzz.
Yeah, Digby.
Question 7.
Yes, Digby.
Question 7. Canada dominates global maple syrup production. Approximately
Oh my
what percentage
God.
of the world's maple syrup supply
Fucking
comes from
hell.
Canada? A, 42%, B, 56%, C, 71%, or D, 89%?
I did not inhale.
What do you got, Tay?
D.
He's out. 2 points gone. Lost.
Bye-bye.
Minus-
Bye-bye.
-1 for Tay.
Digby was next.
Well,
No,
you know
I'm
it's
not guessing.
No,
You know-
but
he-
he buzzed in. So he's
No,
got to go.
I didn't.
No, he
I
didn't.
didn't. I said I'm not guessing.
Roll it back. Roll that back.
If are you having a crack?
No, because
Okay.
You need
all right.
to.
I'm not, because
I think it's
Digby
C,
buzzed
actually.
in.
It's
All right,
high.
the answer
it's super
is
high.
C. So 71% with Quebec.
I was going to
actually
go with
produces
option P.
Winnipeg.
Oh.
Question number 8, last one, boys. Ev, you can win this. Tay, you can't. Actually, if Digby gets this wrong
Yeah.
Then
And
take
then
it.
I
and
get
Tay
it right.
answered it, Tay, you can. Is that right?
We tie it up.
If
So
I
you
get it
tied up
wrong
with
and
Ev.
Digby-
You
yeah.
tied
Yeah.
up with Ev. Oh, I make this hard. Right, here we go. Final question. Canada has produced a genuinely extraordinary number of globally famous comedians. Jim Carrey, Mike Myers, John Candy, Martin Short, Dan Aykroyd, Norm Macdonald, Seth Rogen,
Ryan
Lily
Reynolds.
Singh. Multiple choice. Which of the following is not Canadian? A, Howie Mandel, B, Norm Macdonald, C, Conan O'Brien, or D, Lily Singh?
I don't know.
Je m'appelle Evan.
I thought at
Oh, he's
least 2
gone.
of them weren't Canadian.
He's gone.
Well, first of all, you just said Norm Macdonald. Yeah.
Is
you
that your
did say
answer?
Oh, yeah.
that. I don't think that. What's his
Wait,
face?
sorry,
O'Brien.
what's your answer?
O'Brien.
What's your answer?
O'Brien's not Canadian.
So is that your answer?
Yeah.
Is that a
wins.
question?
There's one.
Oh,
Evan.
wow.
Evan.
Wait, what was the Norm Macdonald thing? What were we saying
No,
about Norm
'cause-
Macdonald?
No, he said it before. In his,
Yeah,
like,
he was in the list
from
of
Canada.
Canadians.
Yeah,
As
and then-
was Lily
'cause he
Singh, actually.
hasn't been paying attention.
That's right. Well
Yeah.
done, Evan. Thank you very
I
much.
don't know,
There you go,
Brian.
ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen.
Well done, Ev.
Evan,
Well done.
Evan has finally beaten Digby. He's finally beaten Digby.
Well done.
So just
I didn't know Norm Macdonald was Canadian. So when I heard both, I was like, oh, I thought Conan wasn't. And I was like, but Norm is it?
So
is
can I
Norm?
be
didn't-
really honest with you,
didn't say it.
Diggs? I don't know any of those people except for Conan O'Brien.
Norm
no,
Macdonald.
Norm
you know,
Macdonald
from Billy
is.
Norm
Madison.
McDonald's.
He's
Yeah,
a really
he's a-
famous
he's a
comedian.
big
One
guy.
of the
You'll
greatest.
do the
recognise
Weekend
him.
Update. Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
he's
Okay.
one of the best.
All right,
He
well, there you
passed
go. So
away
that's
last
Yeah,
year.
yeah, a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
apologies.
funny,
May
man.
you rest in
Yeah,
peace.
he's so
That
funny.
is 3 points to Ev. Well done, Ev. You have been paying
I'm
attention.
glad I won it on a comedian one. That's
You
a.
did. There you go. Right, it's time for what's Verstappen in the final segment for today.
Digby, he's redhead. He's a
So we've got
redhead,
key
and Digby
headlines that
couldn't
have
let him
grabbed our
down.
attention over the last few weeks. As per usual, each of you have 30 seconds to respond to each topic. No waffle, no mercy, just unfiltered, ill-considered, and likely pointless point of view. That's why you love it. Topic number 1. The F1 keeps it in reverse. So quick explainer first, boys. I told you we were going to come back to this. A duo. You'll likely hear this term a lot this weekend. It means additional development and upgrade opportunities. In a nutshell, it means that if anyone's engine is running 2% or more behind the best on the grid within a specific window, they get handed extra upgrade opportunities and slots and time.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
they
no, this is
basically
in the rules.
They basically get a free pass to develop outside the usual rules.
Yeah.
And gents, that first window closes at the end of this weekend. And so some teams are going to be given a significant leg up. So whilst on the topic of these never-ending updates of the regs, the F1 has also confirmed that next year's 50-50 ratio will be abolished. So they're going to continue the walkbacks from the
Well, it already
electric-led
has been.
generation of engines and the shift obviously towards combustion. So next year it's actually going to shift to 60-40. But the question
Yeah.
for the room, and I need a side from each of you here, is, this is not about the 50-50. We've done that. This is about a duo. Do you think that this process is fair? And in the spirit of F1 development races and the ability for the most innovative teams to gain advantage over others, is this right? Tay,
Digby.
you can start.
Well,
Digby's
Digby's,
on-
already,
Digby-
Digby's already hot. He's
Digby's
hot
hot.
for this.
Let's go, Diggs. 30 seconds, starting now.
Why can't we just let them be shit? Like, if you shit, you shit. Like, I'm going to take a page out of Evan's book here. Make it like the fucking Premier League. If you're shit, out
See you
you
later.
go,
Out.
son. It's just like a quality.
Bring in an
so
F2.
good.
Slow stuff.
Yeah, that'd be
Like
so
wasting our
good.
time. It's
Yeah,
Mario
that's
Kart.
a good-
It's
yeah.
just Mario Kart. If
Rubber
I want
band
Mario
effect.
Kart, I'll play Mario Kart. I don't, just
Mushroom
So,
boost.
if-
Yep.
everyone's.
So
it's
the
like,
counterpoint
it's not
and-
socialism.
What isn't? Yeah, that's true. The counterpoint is that, and what hasn't been communicated very well because it's all in legalese, is that they are worried, or they were worried, that if someone's doing so shitty that they would pull out. Like if Cadillac were just
I see.
humiliated,
Okay.
they would just like get
Yeah.
out of
Well,
there.
it's not good for their brand,
Well,
right?
you're going to be
That's right.
contracted to stay there for the rest of the year. Like, if you pull out, why don't they just fine them hundreds of millions of dollars for doing that?
Well, I'm sure there are. I mean, they've paid
Well,
hundreds
yeah.
of millions of
Yeah,
dollars
yeah,
to
yeah.
enter. So
Yeah.
either way, they're blowing their cash, right?
So
Yep.
that's what it is. That's so
Yeah,
Honda.
I don't hate that point, Ev.
Honda have already qualified for this, which means
Of course
that
they have.
they get extra
So
time.
people know it's a
to
Honda.
They get extra time to catch up. And as gross an aftertaste, as bitter an aftertaste as that leaves in Digby's mouth, they're just going to keep until they.
Tay,
Are you
quick,
talking-
pick it up. Just keep, Tay, just
Yeah.
go. Fucking just go.
How is it?
Fucking-
How is it any different? I mean, the way I see this is just like, at the end of every season, the team that did the worst gets more
Gets the
wind
longest
tunnel
wind
time.
tunnel.
Yep.
So
Yeah, that's true.
Whereas
Yep.
this point is it allows things to happen throughout the season
Yeah,
rather
yeah.
than
Yeah,
waiting
yeah.
to
Look,
the end.
look, I guess it doesn't really matter because Audi aren't going to suddenly start winning. So what does it really matter? It just kind of sucks if you're not the worst and you just now.
Doesn't it
I think it
trivialize
moved
the
to
whole
become the
point
worst.
of a season?
Yeah,
it
well,
sort
yeah.
of-
It does, and I don't like
does.
that.
I
Yeah.
agree.
It feels like there's more fingers in
You're right.
everything,
Yeah,
and
you're right to not like it.
trying to tailor.
You're fixing TV,
certain-
not racing.
But
Exactly.
can I just ask a question to that? And Ev, please don't labour on this for 17 minutes. But is this a
could.
regulation intervention because these are new regs? Like this doesn't actually usually happen every year, right? This is just because they're the new regs.
I don't know. This
Oh, thank
this would
God,
have
he
been
said he
baked
didn't know.
in when they were courting Porsche.
Yeah,
which
right.
then-
And
so
Audi.
this would have been
Yeah.
baked in
Yeah,
like
okay.
3 years ago
Yep.
in an attempt because they were actively trying to attract new engine manufacturers.
And to say that you're never going to be that far behind, there'll always be opportunities to play
If you ever
Because
do-
obviously,
Yeah.
If you like shit the bed, well, by halfway through the
it's
season,
all right. We're going to
you're
give you a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
a
Okay. All right.
hand.
Cool.
That's all it is.
Topic number 2. Horner, free Rich, and spotted at BYD in Cannes. So reportedly this week, Horner settled his Red Bull departure for around $100 million. Right?
That's
so
not
he's
bad.
free.
His
He
gardening
is
leaves
free.
up.
He is tanned, and he was photographed at the
Well
BYD
rested.
event in Cannes alongside BYD VP Stella Lee and CEO Wang Shanfu.
BYD VP still a lead with PhD. Me.
Sorry, yeah.
Meanwhile,
yeah,
Stella
good.
Lee's like,
Yeah.
Not
cancel
your fault.
furnace and the fundamentals
yeah.
for the corporate
Um,
Christmas party.
Look, lads, as you will also recall, the FIA president, friend of the show, MBS, continues to iterate that Christian is in regular contact with him and has welcomed a potential return to the sport. Now, the question from me, and I need you to actually commit to an answer here, BYD plus Horner, can you actually see it? Because this is a man who wants total control, potentially running a Chinese car company of which, well, control may not be that easy to come by. Digby, can you see
mean,
it?
Do
They
you
have
have
to
any
let
strong-
him take control because otherwise it goes against the company motto of build your dream. He's building his dream.
he's
they
building
can't
his
stop
dream.
him now.
He's
What is
stealing
is
somebody else's dream.
BYD trying to come to F1 or something? What's going on?
Oh,
Was he
have you
just-
missed this?
Yeah, I missed this.
Clearly,
I,
you
oh,
don't
sorry.
be
I heard,
listening
I heard
to
it. I
our
just was like, I was just like, I was
just
hoping. I was hoping that it wasn't really a thing.
Yeah. No,
because
apparently,
company.
the latest this
they
week
can get fucked.
is that the negotiations have gone to another level
Oh,
for
fuck off.
BYD to
Honestly,
enter as
there's
the 12th
no
team.
there's no limit to the
Building
shitting
dreams.
of F1. Fuck off. F1 just they're not even a real car company. Jeez.
Oh my God.
What do you mean? They're the fastest growing,
They're the biggest car
highest
company
selling.
in the world.
They're the
right
biggest
now.
car
Real.
company in the world.
that doesn't make them a real car company. They make
What does
electric.
that even
they
mean?
make electric.
No,
they make
they
electric
do
cars that
combustion as well.
spontaneously
No,
combust.
Diggs, they do combustion cars. I made this mistake. I thought
Yes, we all
BYD
made
was
this
solely
mistake.
electric. They do combustion. Yeah. There's no way that F1's
never
going to come
seen
out
one.
and announce V8's cars are coming back and BYD are going to be like, yeah, well, we're an electric
no
car
one-
company, so we'll join
No
that.
one like thinks BYD V8s like
Yeah. Well, maybe that's why they want to be
Hey,
there. Maybe they want to reposition. I mean,
Oh.
they just launched their
Fucking supercar.
supercar, didn't
The
they?
fastest
Yeah.
car in the world. Beat the
Yes.
Bugatti.
$40,000.
Yeah, there you go.
It's
a
fucking
friend
Falls
of
apart when he
mine-
closed the door really hard, but otherwise it's pretty
Ding.
good.
Evan.
Evan,
Yeah, a guy I know was
Oh,
working
In football?
in football. He was working as a manager for the development of whatever the highway is to the Harbour Bridge in Sydney.
it's taking years.
And somebody said, like offhand, it's like, why can't you just do it quickly, right? Like they do in China. They build these skyscrapers
oh yeah,
overnight.
yeah, in
And it's like,
weeks. Yeah,
What you don't understand is that they have
No,
zero.
They don't have OH&S, mate.
They have no OH&S. They have zero environmental impact studies. They just and they run 24 hours a day.
Just
So so you can't build a freeway in Sydney. You can only do it
cheaply.
at night.
They also probably don't have 10 blokes standing around watching one guy do the job.
Yeah,
So-
shovel with a shovel.
when I saw
Yeah, it
this,
looks good. Yeah,
I didn't inhale.
as we established a couple of weeks ago, China eclipses every other nation in terms of viewership of Formula One. If you've got a nationally run car company, the same way that Renault and Alpine are,
as well.
except you take away every corporate shackle that could possibly be there. Instead of Audi, you're like, well, it's going to take us 5 years to get good.
BYD,
Like,
we've already done
so
it.
They'll be good overnight, and they
Yeah.
will trample your grandmother to do
That
it.
would be good for the sport.
Cut that part out. I don't want to like wind up there.
So you're saying it's basically the Chinese women's swimming team of the 90s at the Olympics.
Oh, I
If
don't
you don't know what that
story.
is, Google it.
Google it. Okay. Ev,
Google it.
you did
I
not
have
speak about
nothing but
Horner at all there.
I have
But, okay,
nothing but
Tay.
faith in them.
Yeah, yours
and
30
Christian
seconds up,
Horner.
big guy.
I think we touched on this before. I'm excited to hopefully get him back in F1. I
Okay.
Yes.
I like him as a personality,
Love him.
minus
Get him
all
in.
the other shit. I think
love
he
all
was
the other
actually
shit.
really
He's a winner.
really great to hear when they brought him on during commentating,
Everyone needs him
during
back.
the race stuff,
Yeah.
the
Did they-
race weekend stuff.
He hasn't been on anything though, has he? I wonder if now he'll start having more of a media role now that he's
I'd like to
gardening
see
leave.
him get interviewed on the High Performance channel.
What's the hype? Oh, yeah, that's that. Yeah. Yeah,
Because
that's cool.
they're
Okay.
they're good at.
Topic number 3, Max's DNF and George's hate watch. So unless you've been living under a rock, you would be aware that Max Verstappen drove the Nürburgring 24 hours last weekend for Mercedes. He had that beautiful AMG GT3. He led for the majority of the race, but 3 hours from the finish, I think he had a draft shaft.
Yes,
Drive
drive
shaft.
shaft.
Draft shaft.
Draft shaft. And he DNF. So look, that's obviously a story on its own. But the story I actually want to talk about is George Russell posting on Instagram watching the race. So he posted a carousel of how he was spending his time before heading to
On
Canada.
the boat.
Yeah, he was on his boat. There was a photo of him with his missus at the gym. And then one of 2 screens while he was on the boat. One had the MotoGP on it, and the other was the Nürburgring. And he commented on it something along the lines of, "Congratulations, Mercedes." The
Oh,
internet immediately lost its mind. So I just want to read some comments here. Some comments.
don't
So-
post that.
Somebody posted underneath it, "Brother George on a full Max Verstappen hate watch." Somebody else commented, "Max living rent-free in George's head. Bet you wouldn't be congratulating Mercedes if Max's car didn't have a mechanical failure." Gents, surely if you're George Russell, in which your biggest rival is driving the same brand as your race team, is rumored to be taking your seat at Mercedes, are you genuinely hate watching, or are you rooting for Max in instances like that? Diggs, what do you got?
I mean, maybe he just likes watching racing.
Okay, that's a sensible
Sorry.
answer.
All right, yeah. I mean, God, everyone loves talking about Max is taking his seat. It's like, okay, maybe not. Like, all I was thinking while you're telling that story is like Max is the new what's Firehead's name?
Who's Firehead?
Yeah,
What's
the guy in the
Firehead?
movie, the burner's face, the guy, the race guy. He died a few years ago.
Oh, Nicky Lauda.
Lord
Nicky
Lauda.
Lauda.
Oh
Nicky
my
Lauda.
God.
It's like
The
Max's-
fire face.
Cut
Fuck
all. You
me,
can't
man.
keep that in. You
Oh,
that
yes.
is
Yeah.
What is incorrect about what I said?
What do you mean?
My point was Max is the new Nicky Lauda, and George is basically being the James Hunt. If that was James Hunt and Nicky Lauda, everyone would be like, God, James Hunt is so cool. Look at him on his yacht with his
yeah,
What's
true.
the-
That's
Yeah, I
so
like that.
true.
George.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, it's so gay, remember? He can't win. He'll never win now.
No, you won't. And you never win another race either. Hey, Ev, what do you got for me?
I honestly don't remember what the question was.
Good.
This is how we feel like after
first-
you answer everything.
I was like, what were we talking about? Well, that's the first time Ev's been in 30 seconds, and I'm not giving him the question again. Tay, what do you got for me?
Fuck, I can't even remember it either.
Look, it's light. It's daylight where Tay is
Yeah, I
now.
know. It's starting to light up. I know. It's nuts. I don't necessarily think it's hate watch. I think he's just into racing. But what I was struggling with was that I saw so many posts of showing what all the other guys on the grid were doing. And then there's Max. You know, like just the differences. And I'm just like, let them fucking live their lives. Who gives a shit if they're not 100% into racing like some
Apparently,
others
he's
are?
like, again, and it's frustrating to me as someone who passionately hates Max Verstappen.
No, you
that
don't.
You've
had your 30 seconds.
but he's in this GT3 stuff. Everything he's done, apparently, has
Is
been
amazing.
like, just like a generation, a proper
Let's not forget.
generational talent.
Let's not forget that like 2 weeks ago, he went to some Japanese racetrack in the pissing down rain, and there was a
and
GT
in the
driver.
GT 500.
Oh, really?
And that guy had been
didn't hear
driving.
this.
Yeah, the Nismo. This guy had been
Yeah.
driving his whole life in it, and Max came on a pissing down rain and did a lap or two and blitzed his time by like 10 seconds or something like
God.
that.
So
Like,
is he
Yeah,
like
it's crazy. Seppuku or whatever
this
it
is very
seppuku.
interesting. This is very interesting. Honda in the red and not their livery. So in case things couldn't actually get worse for Honda following an awful start to the F1 season with Aston Martin, they've actually just posted, and hear this, a 423 billion yen annual loss. So it's about 2.7 billion US dollars.
They're going to
The
say
worst
it's like, that's
financial-
$20.
The worst financial year since 1955, so it's 70 years. The reason, EV investment that hasn't paid off, and a US policy changes that's wiped out EV incentives overnight. So Honda's official line is that their Honda Racing program and their F1 commitments are completely unaffected. But Jen's forced opinion here, no sitting on the fence again. When your engine supplier just reported their worst financial year in living memory, do you actually believe them when they say F1 is fine? Or if you're Lawrence Stroll, are you looking for future engine options right now? Diggs, what do you got for me?
Surely you're looking for future engine options right now.
Be a bit worrying, isn't it? That's a lot of money.
This is a businessman. He
Yep.
just wants, it's all business. So this sounds bad. What else is going on? He might not pull the trigger on anything, but
Yeah. You'd be looking. That's a lot of money to lose. Tay, you were shaking your head in violent disagreement.
Honda has been around for decades. This loss is substantial, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's a worrying
Yeah, okay.
loss.
Okay.
Because I mean, well, the economy's been shit. And everyone's suffering one way or another. So, but I don't think, this one, if it happens for a few years, then we've got a few things to worry about, but I don't see that happening.
Okay. Well, look, lads, not for today. Ev, you miss out on that one because you decided to take a pit stop.
I need that.
Some other key F1 headlines I just wanted to throw out, grab my attention. So Gucci is looking to take over Alpine F1 title sponsorship. So
I'm not going to lie, the renders looked awesome.
We refer to as the Gucci Alpine F1 team. So this could actually finally be the bye-bye to that BWT pink and some serious livery updates. Ev, you look like you're having an orgasm. That appeals to you?
I hate the BWT.
Pink.
It's
Can we all just talk about how they afford to be a primary sponsor? Like BW, it's water technology, isn't it?
it's called Best Water Technology.
Is that what you see, Gareth?
Build your dreams.
They
Chinese
are
restaurant down
second
the
to
road.
like a Brita. It's a
Chinese
Brita water
restaurant.
filter. They are the secondary in the market to Brita.
Right.
Only secondary, and they can afford that.
Do they peddle like fluoride conspiracies in America and stuff?
Oh, I don't know.
No wonder
Maybe.
that's why they have so much money.
But yeah, the fact that because Alpine have their own shade of blue, and
Yes, that's a lovely blue.
to
though.
draw it back to
What's
talking
that
about
called?
Alpine or papaya, the fact that you would sponsor a team that actually has its own racing color, and you're like, oh, I'm only paying to put
If I
pink,
can,
hot pink
Yeah.
on the
yeah.
like. It's just so
Yeah, but they
I'm not
took the
gonna
money,
lie.
didn't they? They took the
I'm
money.
not gonna lie.
Don't get me started on Renault. But,
I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
I
Tay,
would not
say
know
something
what
about the
BWT was, and if it was not
So-
for F1.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Well,
yeah, I
mean,
don't
it's not
know where they are. If they're,
I mean, I
thought
wouldn't
they
know what I wouldn't know what a lot of the sponsors were, to be honest. Like, other
Yeah.
than Google.
Yeah.
Diggs, would you know what Rich Energy is?
Well, if there wasn't an F1 sponsor, I would never have heard of them.
True. All right, the other thing is, and
Rancho,
we are
still don't know what
definitely not
Rancho
going
does.
near this topic because I can't be bothered to edit out Ev's shit. Just the other headline that's obviously worth noting. I've got two more. Montreal strip club workers are organising a strike in line with the increased visitation and party
random.
atmosphere that
Oh
comes
my
with
god,
this
it's our best
weekend's
weekend
GP.
ever. Let's
That's-
go on strike.
Yeah, well, apparently there's some unfair labour issues in between.
I didn't
that.
even know strippers had unions.
There you go. So, anyways, I'm not going to ask you guys for any more perspective on that. The last point is Sky Sports has
I think
extended
good
their
on 'em.
broadcast deal for F1 worth
Yeah.
$1 billion, which is unbelievable. Massive investment. We'll see it through to 2034. So, gents, that's Brundle and Crofty, hopefully for another 8 years.
I wish I
and
got them.
hopefully less
So
time
what did
for a few
Apple
others
buy?
there.
Apple owns the rights
American.
to
Broadcasting.
America.
They bought
American
the American
broadcasting.
broadcast.
So Sky has everywhere.
Sky will obviously have UK and then key international markets
Right.
that they sell the feed
And
onto.
if you're a Sky Glass customer, you just got to press
That's
that
right.
red button.
I'm almost tempted to get F1 TV, so then I have the option for the Sky broadcast. But
Okay,
I don't get the
Moneybags.
grid work.
The grid work or the grid walk?
Grid walk.
Tay's thinking about the strippers. I don't get the grid work. I've got it.
Right, all that said and done, gentlemen, that is a wrap for episode 9. That is your Canadian Grand Prix preview from the Idiots of F1. Our predictions are locked. They're on record, and we're pumped for the return of a massive week of racing. We've got quali, sprint, race, day,
wait,
Epic
Diggers has
Canada,
got something.
GP track, and Digby
He's pumped
has
for something.
a burning comment.
One more prediction.
Oh, yeah?
I want everyone to tell me, where is Lance Stroll going to place this?
Oh, I like that.
Oh,
that's a
yeah,
great-
that's
okay.
a good one. Should
He's
we
gonna
add that
DNF.
to the predictions?
DNF. He's not going to
DNF.
finish.
Nah, it can't be DNF. Can't be DNF.
Aw.
Can't be DNF.
Yeah, but
Oh.
What
it
if
will
it is?
DNF.
I genuinely... Okay, 17th.
24th.
17th.
24th.
Tay, there are not 24 people.
I know. I know.
This is why
Fucking
we're
hell.
wrong
He's-
every week.
But he's even behind DYD.
Colton
BYD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys are all basically DNF.
No, I'm saying
Okay.
17th. I said 17th.
I'll go 15. I'll go 15.
No, I
Okay.
think he won't. And if they have, then he's not going to finish.
20.
Sorry,
Did
did
they
you,
change the
did you have
name of
something
all
to
of-
say there, Ev?
He's not going to finish because I think the car's going to cop out before.
Okay. Oh,
not
yeah,
because
yeah,
he's
fair
going to
enough. So it won't be
crash.
his
I think.
Yeah,
it's,
you just think
I
they'll have to retire the
yeah,
car.
Yeah, yeah.
Retire
all right.
enough.
From all of us, enjoy it all. It's a great weekend. It's a great crowd. It's a great city. But before you completely fuck off, support the show.
revoir.
Leave us a review. Tell a friend. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Links are in the description. We'll see you on the other side when we're back next week to review everything that happens between now and then. Until then, bye.
Bye.
I was just checking if you'd all
Constitutes
finished
our
or
offence
not.
institution.